there, good looking, and join me for a total body strength workout where we will also get the heart rate up so that we burn and torch a ton of calories. Now listen, you do need some tools for this workout, so listen carefully. If you own a TRX, please have that set up. If you don't leave me. If you own a BOSU ball, please grab that. If you don't leave me. For everybody, whether you own a BOSU TRX or you don't, we need a pair of heavy dumbbells. For those that don't own a TRX, please also have another pair of dumbbells, maybe a moderate weight. And then for those of you also without a TRX, please have a chair nearby. All right? You got all that? I know that was a lot of information, but I absolutely promise you that you will love this workout and we will hit every muscle in your body. Now let's go get warmed up. Hello there and welcome. I'm PJ from fitnesswithpj.com, and hey, I've been helping women over the age of 40 get fit, strong, and healthy for almost 3 decades now, and I would love to keep working with you. Please click that subscribe button and let's keep on training together. All right, we need to get warmed up. As we warm up, I'll chat about the workout as well as all the other fun stuff that we need to know about this workout. So let's start with the warm up. Let's get down on the mat. Warming up into the glutes and into your mid-spine. Let's start with a glute bridge. So the heels are hip width apart and close to the tush. Dig the heels into the ground, lift the hips up and lower down. Activating into the glutes, get us ready for the squats and lunges we're gonna be doing. Don't worry, I'll teach you how to do them so they don't hurt your knees. Now, as you lift your bum up, let's take that right arm now and reach up and across on a diagonal and then lower down, and now the left arm. So now we're getting a little bit into rotation of your T-spine, working into the shoulder as well. Still continue doing that hip bridge for me. Beautiful. Let's do 4 more. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1 more. 1. Excellent. Come on up. Fingertips pointed towards the toes for me. Give me a hip bridge and lower down. So now we're opening up into the chest a little bit. If this is too much for your shoulders, by all means, go back to that bridge that we were doing right on the upper body on the mat. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into a standing position for me. Mirroring me, stabilize on your left. Lift that right knee up. Lift up. Leading with the outside of the knee and bring it together. Working into glute med now, so more hip activation and glute activation. Focus your stare on something stationary to help with your balance. This leg here, you're gonna feel into the hip, and then this working leg as well. Great job. Let's do 3 more here. Here's 3, 2, 1. Other side. Here we go. So stabilize, bend the knee. Whew, where's my balance? And now lift up. Good. Last 3. 1 more. Beautiful. All right. Feet shoulder width apart, toes turned out, squat, arms come up, and then bring the arms down. So we start with the Tabata. That's going to get the heart rate going, and it's going to burn some calories, like I said. It's a body weight only. I'll show low impact for the second movement. So we alternate between 2 movements, 20 seconds on the clock, 8 rounds. Then we'll change up the clock and we'll move into our strength circuit, in which we'll have 4 rounds using all the tools I described, or if you don't have any, it's just you and a pair of dumbbells. I'm going to show you how you can do the workout with that as well. Here we go. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Big arm circles. So the first Tabata is a ball slam. So if you have a slam ball, grab it. But we're going to pretend we have one. The second exercise is a squat tuck, or you can do a squat heel lift. So a ball slam without a ball kind of looks like this. Pretend you have a ball, slam it down, and then you can add some impact if you'd like by adding that jump. Second exercise is a squat tuck. If that's not for you, squat heel lift. All right, you ready? Let's try it from the ball slam. So up, slam the ball. Up, slam the ball. Up, slam the ball. So I'm coming off of my heels each time, bringing the arms down, pretending I've got a slam ball, slamming it on my ground right in front of me, bending the knees, tracking the knees with the toes, pushing the bum rearward. Time, all right? Now squat tuck or squat heel lift. You ready? Squat tuck, people, hands here. It's a little knee bend, and then you tuck the knees up, okay? So try it, knee, tuck, land soft. So don't think about going 100 of them in 20 seconds. Get yourself set up, pace yourself. Please land soft though. Time. Whew. So those are our two moves. Let's go back to the slam. Our feet are wide, our toes are turned out. Arms are up like we've got the ball. Let's slam it down. Now add a little bit of hop if you want. Only if you want. I've kind of interlaced my hands together. Push your bum back. So here's the side view. Neutral spine. And slam it down. Come on. Slam it. One more. Slam it. Time. All right. If you have a slam ball, use it. It gets out a lot of aggressions. Hands up here if you're doing the tuck. Otherwise, squat, heel lift. Watch me up there. So tuck means a slight knee bend, and then you drive the knees up. Woo! All right. We're officially halfway through this one. We are going back to that ball slam. Ready, set, slam the ball. So slow and controlled. Slam it. 10 seconds, come on. Arms are moving. Let's get one more in. Time. Woo. All right, our favorite, squat tucks or squat heel lift. Ready? Hands here. Go. Little knee bend, tuck up. Time. All right, we got one more of each. Woo. Keep the feet moving in those 10 seconds here. You ready? Set, go. So I'm not going really fast here. I'm moving deliberately, trying to use the abs, use my hips, woo, use my arms. Come on, couple more. Time. Woo. All right, this is it. Woo. Our last squat tuck. Ready, set, go. Oh, come on, we can get one more in. Let's do it. Time. Good job, you. Take a look at your heart rate. Yeah, we want to be on the upper end, okay? That 80% target heart rate. That's where we want to be. All right, grab a sip of water. Here's what we need to do. We need to get ourselves set up because when we start flowing through this circuit, we ain't stopping, okay? Well, in theory, you could stop any damn time you want, can't you? All right, so I'm placing my BOSU in an area that I've got room to do a bridge. My first exercise is using the TRX. I'm lowering the straps down until the hard handles, both of them, reach the knees. Got it? Perfect. Now, if you don't know how to adjust your TRX, push pause and figure that sucker out real quick because we're adjusting on the fly on this workout. So we start with the foot in the TRX, one-legged squat. If that's not for you, and you have a BOSU ball, okay, you can put your back foot up on the BOSU. If you don't have a BOSU ball, put your back foot up on a chair. All right, so it's a Bulgarian lunge, which I'll show on the screen. So it's laces just resting on the chair, and you're bending this knee. If you have sensitivity in the knee and you're doing the Bulgarian lunge, don't say, I can't do it, PJ. Yes, you can, because what I'm gonna ask you to do is just give me a little knee bend, and your focus will be on the knee tracking with the second toe, okay? So we get the quads fired up, which we need strong for your knees. Deal? Trust me on this. We do each leg, then we move to a chest press. Now I'll be using a BOSU ball. If you want to just use the ground, because you don't own a BOSU ball, by all means, or you can also use your bench. The fourth one will be a face pull. We'll use a TRX. If you don't own a TRX, that's where I'm going to ask you to go a little lighter in dumbbells than perhaps you did with the chest press. And it'll be a hip hinge, and you'll come out wide, bringing the dumbbells up towards the sides of the ears somewhat. All right, those are our moves. So let's get ourselves set up. I'm going to get our timer set. 45 seconds are on the clock, 15-second break in between. So that's actually a really good break time. Normally I only give you guys 10 seconds, so you're welcome. Why am I feeling so generous today? I'm not sure. Okay, now we've got, what do we got? We have 4 rounds, okay? 4 moves. Got it? Awesome. Here we go. 10 seconds, we begin. Left foot in the TRX or up on your chair or on your BOSU. Now, if you not have a TRX, you're using more of a lunge pattern. If you have the TRX, you're doing more of a squat pattern. So take a look. You're going to come down and see if you can get that knee all the way to the ground and then drive up with that working leg. So BOSU people, chair people, you definitely have a split stance and it's more of a lunge type pattern. TRX group, we have that back foot closer to the body. We're not extending it behind us as we come down. Our goal is to get this left knee, if you're in the TRX, to touch your ground. Now remember, those of you with sensitivity in your knees, then you'll just bend the knee a bit and you're focused on that knee tracking with your second toe. Great balance drill right here as well, no matter what tool you're using. Time. All right, so we got 15 seconds to get the other foot situated. And be aware, you most likely started with your dominant leg. Or actually, you started with my dominant leg, didn't you? Because I cued you. There you go. So you might be a little bit more wobblier on this side, or you might be rock solid. Yeah, I'm bossy pants, aren't I? Actually, I am. But that's what makes me a good trainer. I don't take any shit. Now, after this, we flow right into that chest press I was telling you about, where you can lie on the ground and give me a bridge, or be on your bench, or join me on a BOSU ball or a stability ball. There's so many different options, and I really want to show you a variety of different ways to use whatever equipment you have in your home if you have some. Time. All right, so let's get set up. If you're using the BOSU or a stability ball, you want the head and shoulders on it. Everybody bridges up. Now elbows are slightly in front of the shoulders, wrists lined up with the elbows, press up above the chest and lower down. The entire time you're pushing through the hips, lifting the glutes, working into the back of the body while we work chest, shoulders, and triceps. Now lower the arms down if you're on the BOSU or stability, just so the elbows go slightly past your shoulders. If you're on the ground, you want that back of your arm to hit your mat every time. So like I was saying, I really want to show you how you can use all the pieces of equipment you may have in your home. Get the most out of it. It makes the workout a lot more fun too. Now when the timer goes, we move into that 2-arm row. So you're going to drop down in dumbbells if you're using dumbbells, and give me a hip hinge. TRX people, time. We need the TRX at mid-length, okay? So mid-length, All right. People with dumbbells, it's a hip hinge, and you're pulling wide like I'm doing in the screen. TRX people, turn your thumbs so they're pointed down to your ground. Give me a plank with the body and line yourself up with the TRX. Now pull the TRX towards you, sides of the hand or the knuckles, going past the sides of the face. Squeeze the shoulder blades right there and then slowly lower. If you find that this is really easy, I want you to walk forward a little bit. The closer you are to your TRX anchor, the more body weight you're lifting, the harder the move. So those are our moves, you guys. Believe it or not, you hit every single muscle in your body with those 4 movement patterns. These are what we call compound movements, working many joints, and then that means many different muscles. When the timer goes, we go back to that single leg squat if you're with the TRX, or time a Bulgarian lunge if you're using your bench or BOSU. Now let's start with the left foot in, my dominant side. Focus your stare on something stationary. TRX people, try to get that knee all the way down. Drive up, push through that right heel. Good. And breathe, okay? Slow and controlled for these movements. This is our strength portion of the workout. So we want to make sure we feel the muscles we're trying to engage. So in this case, the glute in that right leg, hamstring, hip, quad. Heart rate will get up there just because we are using the larger muscles of the body, but our focus here is more strength and stability. Time. All right, let's get the other leg in. TRX people, you want your anchor to be directly behind you. That's going to help you with balance. All right, everybody. Go. Once again, sensitivity in your knees. I want you just to bend the knee a little bit and then take a peek. Try to get that knee tracking with the second toe. So if you had your shoes and socks off, which maybe you do, you're at home, you want that knee tracking with that second little digit of yours, all right? That second little phalange. When the timer goes, we move down to our chest press to work the upper body. You're going to feel this more in the glute time, how that supporting leg. Whew. All right. Hip bridge. If you're on a stability ball or BOSU, the head and shoulders are supported. Elbows are slightly in front of the shoulders and press. Straighten the arms completely. Dumbbells touch above the chest. Arms come down how low? Do you remember? That's right. Just past the shoulders and then press back up again. Or if you're using the ground until you feel the triceps hit your mat. The reason I cue that is if you are using a stability ball or BOSU, you can drop the elbows pretty low. And we don't want to do that when they're loaded up with dumbbells. Now push through the heels, get the glutes up. Don't forget about that lower body. Two-arm row coming up, or TRX people, time. We go to mid-length for face pulls. And two-arm row people, remember, it's a hip hinge, so we keep that neutral spine. Very important. TRX people, let's get close enough to our anchor point to make our muscles work. Thumbs pointed down with the TRX. Sides of the face being brushed by the knuckles somewhat. Shoulder blades squeeze. Dumbbell people, bringing those elbows up, squeezing the shoulder blades, keeping that neutral spine. Now make sure you stay to the end of this workout too. I'm going to do a great little low back series for us to strengthen the muscles of the low spine, and then we'll do some stretches. So stick with me, okay? Couple more reps here. Time. All right, you ready? Round 3. If If you're using the TRX, lower the strap so the hard handles are at the knee. Left foot in, BOSU bench people, or foot up on the chair, left foot up. Ready? Go. So again, if you're using the TRX, I want you to think more of a squat pattern with this. We're not allowing that back leg to go back. If you're using a bench, chair, or your BOSU, you are quite split with your stance. As you'll see there in my, in the modified, it's not even a modified screen, is it? No, there's no modified. In the alternative screen, let's call it that. Because a Bulgarian lunge off of a chair is not a modified version of this. But again, I just wanted to give you options if you own one or both pieces of these equipment. Or if you don't, so you can see how versatile they are if you're saving up some money, time to add on to your home gym. This is a little low for me. All right, so other foot. Go. Now, if you are adding on to your home gym, you might ask, PJ, what should I get? What do you prefer, the BOSU or the TRX? Oh, it's like picking a favorite child. However, you probably have one if you have children, right? you gotta love one more than the other. No, you don't. And I don't love one other more than the other here. But I will say the BOSU is easier to put in your home because the TRX requires anchoring. You can use an attachment and close your door and use the TRX against the door. It's not as versatile though as if you can hang it from a ceiling like we have here. So time. BOSU ball, all you do is pump that sucker up and you're good to go. All right, back to the chest press. Again, you can be on the ground like you see me in the video or join me here, stability ball or BOSU. Hips up and go. But if you have the space, a TRX is so much fun. And this is how I train. Actually, this is one of my personal workouts. I train using a variety of tools. But it's hard to do on YouTube because you want to appeal to the masses, right? Which typically most people have dumbbells and everyone has body weight. But you'll see me slowly start to creep in these tools more and more because I've got that awesome video editor who now knows how to do a secondary screen in your screen so you can see alternatives. Time. All right, it's a hip hinge, 2-arm row. And remember, you're pulling wide and squeezing those shoulder blades when they're up there. TRX people, let's get the TRX at mid-length. Walk towards that anchor point. Plank and pull. So the thumbs are staying pointed down the entire time. Moving through the shoulders and then the elbows. Nothing else moving. And same thing with the dumbbells. Last 10 seconds, and then we're into our final round. Keep breathing. Keep the form. Keep the speed. Keep the intensity. Come on. Time. All right, Bulgarian lunge or a TRX, people. TRX is lowered a bit. Let's start again with that left leg up, all right? Now, final round. Let's nail the form. Go. So I have a really funny story to tell you. It's going to take a couple exercises. So, okay, here goes. I was complaining to my husband that I feel like I sound like a babbling idiot here on YouTube. And a lot of you appreciate what I have to say, which I'm grateful for, but I just feel like I'm a babbling idiot. So we can get YouTube on our big screen. So I was showing them a couple of really big fitness channels on YouTube, and they're so polished, and nothing goes wrong for them. And then time. And then I said, see what I mean? And he goes, well, because he never sees my videos. He says, let me see one of yours. So I put it on one and fast forward it so that it got past the intro. Ready, set, go. And I am not joking, this is a true story. Where I pushed play, I was telling you guys about how one of my favorite things to do after a workout is to go upstairs and turn on the bedroom fan and lift up my sports bra and air out my boobs. Oh my God. Compared to like, you know, really big YouTube channels like Pop Sugar and, you know, they got really polished instructors. And there's me telling people I like to flash my boobs after a workout. He just shook his head. Time. All right, chest press. I don't know, maybe that's why my channel hasn't exploded, because there's only a certain percentage of people that enjoy this babbling stream of consciousness. Ready, set, go. Whew. And that you found me, I'm grateful for. So thank you. I won't change. I was polished at one point. I was really shiny and polished. And then I went through menopause and turned 51 and like, screw it. I kind of like being a hot mess. I used to have a TV show, believe it or not. It was local, so kind of small, but I couldn't swear. It was tough. Time, final exercise, all right? So 2-arm row or TRX face pulls. TRX people, mid-length. Line yourself up with your anchor. Walk yourself forward. Now turn your thumbs so they're pointed to your ground. Squeeze the tush and go. Woo! Last round here, you guys. I'm feeling my muscles. How about you? I hope you are too. Okay, last 10 seconds. Let's keep that form true for these last few reps. Time. Woo! Good job, you. All right, grab a sip of water. Clear the gear out of the way if you have some gear with you. We have 2 moves we're doing for our low backs, and then we'll move into some stretches, all right? All right, so now, for some of you, if you have a heart rate monitor on, take a look. We want the heart rate to come down. We don't want it jacked up there before we lie down. So if it is, like mine's 120, it's coming down though, but we'll just march it out a little bit, all right? As we get older, we just have to be a little bit more aware of our heart rate as it comes down in relation to lying down. And the reason being is while we're moving, our heart rates get in a higher target training zone. Our heart rates beat faster, and it requires a little bit of the contraction of our leg muscles to help get the blood pump up. If we're not moving the legs and we just drop down right away, we can get dizzy, nauseous. It's just not a lot of fun. So I always encourage people to have their heart rates come down, ideally under 100, but since we're still continuing exercise, we're not lying down and just having a snooze, then under 110 is fine. If you don't own a heart rate monitor, that might actually be the first piece of equipment you might want to purchase in your arsenal. It's really handy. As for what heart rate monitor I recommend, I have an iWatch. If you are not in the Apple universe, I don't recommend it. I think there are better ones out there for a lot less money. Fitbit, a lot of the people in my Patreon community, they love the Fitbit. But I do recommend it so you can watch where your targets are. If you have had a cardiac event of some sort, you would be actually told to stay in a certain heartbeat per minute, and it'll give you a really great actual you know, play by play as to what your heart rate is at. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so we're taking it down into a low back extension on our tummies, toes tucked into the ground. Fingertips light behind the ears, chin is tucked in, and take a look. I'm simply lifting the chest up, off the mat, keeping the feet on the ground. We have 20 reps, okay? So let's get set up. If you need to modify this one, you bring your arms down by your side, palms down, and you'll lift your arms up a little bit as you lift the upper body. By placing the hands behind the head, you're increasing the intensity slightly. All right, chin tucked in, tuck the toes into your ground, keep them tucked in, and let's lift the chest up for 1. Good. And breathe. Working the extensors of the spine, big grouping down at the base of your low back. Once you've seen the exercise, I want you to tuck your chin in, line the neck up with the spine. My arms aren't touching the ground when I come down, so see if you can keep them elevated as well. Keep a little bit of low back, or pardon me, upper back contraction while we work the low back. Breathe when it feels comfortable for you. Last 5. One more. Nice. Onto your back. Heels close to the bum, arms down by your side, hip bridge for 20. Push the heels into the ground and lift up and lower. Back of the neck is long. Feet are about hip width apart. Driving those heels into the ground, and then I want you to feel your glutes contracting, especially as they're in that top part of the exercise there. So if you have to, palpitate your glutes with your fingertips to make sure that they're hard, please do so. If your hamstrings are cramping, bring your heels closer to your bum. That's going to make it more glute dominant. Last 4. One more. Good job. Slide your arms so they're lined up with the shoulders, palms facing down. Bring the knees and feet together and drop your knees to your left. Good. Turn your gaze to the opposite direction of the knees. And then if you want a bit more of a stretch, take that top knee and grab onto it with that left hand and hold. Spinal rotation, you might even feel a nice stretch in that right side of the pec in front of the shoulder. Let's take the knees to the other direction. Gaze the opposite way. Once again, you want to make it go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Let's slide that left knee up a little higher and then grab onto the outside of the knee with that right arm and hold. And release. Rolling onto the stomach, elbows underneath the shoulders, lift the chest, look up slightly, shoulders away from the earlobes, hip bones pressing into your ground, and breathe. Press yourself up. Let's bring the big toes together and open those knees up. Sit back on the heels. Walk the hands forward. So we're really lengthening through the arms while we sit the bum rearward. If you're able to, forehead to the mat. If you're not able to and you have a pillow close by, quickly scoot it underneath the forehead and build your ground up. It'll really make this stretch a lot more comfortable for you. Bring yourself off of the hands. Take that left leg, bring it out in front, ankle ahead of the knee. Squeeze the glute of that back leg. Inhale the right arm straight up. Exhale, lean away, stretching into hip flexor. And let's do a quick check for me. Take a look. I want you to take a look at where that back lower leg is. Is it rotated in? Move it so that that heel and knee are in one line. You'll feel a different stretch. Trainer's promise. Now let's just allow this right arm to circle behind us nice and slow. I love this. You just get a nice little deeper stretch, a little shoulder mobility drill here. Straighten this front leg. Hinge from the hip, come forward, stretch into the hamstrings. If you can't grab onto your ground, if you have something close by, coffee table, bench, grab onto that. Yoga blocks are great props as well. You would place one on each side. So there's another investment for your home gym. Look at me, I'm just spending your cash, aren't I? Heart rate monitor, yoga blocks, TRX, BOSU. What else can I get you to spend? And let's come on up. Let's do the other side. Hopefully, you could come and spend some time with us on Patreon and support the channel. There we go. Here we go. Let's take that right ankle and knee lined up. That left lower leg lines up with the knee. Squeeze the bum. Inhale the left arm straight up and lean away. It's true, though. It is due to the support of everyone on Patreon that we're able to keep the channel going. So, whether you got a couple of bucks or join full community at $15 US a month, we would love to see you there. And those that do join at community status do get a ton of extra perks. Now let's circle this arm behind nice and slow. Nice. I love that one. Straighten that front leg. Hinge. Feel that stretch in the hamstring. Or maybe you would prefer to do these workouts without any ads that YouTube has. Then I would love for you to go check out our new app called Over 50 Fitness. The information's down below. And there's a free 14-day trial. And those of you that are watching this ads free on Over 50 Fitness, hey team, how the heck are you? Make sure you check in on our private Facebook group after this workout. Let me know what you thought of it. And release. Let's have a seat on the tush. Get into the glutes and the piriformis. Cross the left ankle over right thigh. Press yourself towards the shin. Now, the closer this right foot is to your bum, the more intense it is into the left hip. So yeah, we've got lots of options for you. This is a great stretch if you struggle with sciatica, SI joint issues, or if you've just been told your piriformis is tight. This is exactly what we're stretching. All right, let's get the other side. Once again, the closer now your left foot is to your bum, the more intense the stretch will be into the right hip. So adjust accordingly. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you are watching this on YouTube and haven't already done so, click subscribe. I'm going to also, for the last few seconds, for those of you that own a TRX, I'm going to connect my How to Use Your TRX in Any Workout video. And for those of you enjoying this ads-free on the Over 50 Fitness app, you'll be able to see that in our Fit Tip. Go check out the hundreds of Fit Tips we have available to you on that platform. And release. Thank you. Well done, you. I look forward to hearing your comments down below, and have yourself a great rest of your day. We'll see you next workout. Bye.